Okay, so now, here's a question I know that everybody watching this video has a question about. In fact, most of my students do too, is, well, how the heck did you get the money? Because the bank's not going to loan on this kind of property. With all the recent lending debacle, they're not going to loan on it. And certainly my little dog here, Ori, she's not going to loan on it. So how did you get the money?
Well, I didn't have any credit. I originally had a 750 score a few years ago. My credit was in the low 500s. But
Like now or a few years ago?
when we were buying this property.
Really? It was low 500s?
Low 500s,
Really?
exactly. So I knew I couldn't borrow the money traditionally, but I religiously attend my local real estate investment club
Okay.
and networked with a lot of investors. Basically, when I had the deal come in, I sent an email out to all my potential hard money and other investors in the area, outlined the deal, said this is what I'm looking to pay. You know, within basically 2 hours, I had an email back to me that somebody was willing to fund it.
Really? So you emailed out
Mm-hmm.
to other people that you knew. That's how you raised the private money.
That's correct.
And they were willing to fund how much?
They were willing to fund, give me over 150K on a second lien for the rehab and everything.
So what does that bring the total? Was it based on the after repair value?
It was based on the after repair value.
So if the after repair value was 6, and the guy owed what, 3?
Right at 3. We're still at
Right at
75
3.
cents in the dollar.
So yeah, so the 300,000 is what you took over.
Right.
These other people were willing to loan you the 150. So now your total indebtedness in the property would have been 450.
That's correct.
But after fix up, it's worth 6.
That's correct.
So the hard money lender, the private lender, is really into it at 75%
That's correct.
loan to value on the after repaired value.
That's correct.
450 versus the 600 is the total. Okay.
Correct.
So they loaned you the money, and you went to closing.
We went to closing exactly. At the same time, we started marketing the property to do a simultaneous close to another investor.
Now, when you mean simultaneous close, what you're really saying is you wanted to take over the property and then immediately sell the property to somebody else
At the closing table.
at the closing, like a double closing.
Yes, like a double closing.
Okay.
We had an investor come that was very interested in it. The day before closing, he calls us and says he can't perform.
Are you serious?
Luckily, we had done the homework in case of that situation, so we had the private money available to take it down.
Okay.
So we were fortunate enough, we had a backup. We went with plan B instead of plan A.
Right.
And borrowed the money from our private investor, secured, mortgage insurance, title insurance. Always close with the title company. I actually had to explain how I wanted to structure the deal with the title agent and help him fill out the HUD. So it was pretty interesting.
Now, the HUD meaning the closing statement.
Closing statement, exactly.
Do you have a copy of that
Yeah.
one when you bought the property?
Yeah, that's I bought it here. This would have been when I sold it. This is where I bought it.
Okay, so this is where you bought it, and
Uh-huh.
again, this document will be on the website here, so you can click on it and actually look at the document. But basically, the contract sales price was $370, is that right?
That's correct.
And you bumped the sales price up so you can get some cash back, because
Exactly.
it was only worth about, what was it actually worth?
As is, but you talking about after repair value or current market value?
Current market value.
Current market value, he's selling it for $320, $295 is really what
Okay,
it is.
so you guys bumped the sales price,
Mhm.
so you could get the cash back
Mhm.
at closing. And then coming down here, we noticed that of the 374 on the draw, total paid for by borrower 378. Oh, this is, you know what, Scott, we're looking at the wrong one, buddy.
Actually, no,
This is the cash to borrower is 0. This is when you sold the property.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I grab the wrong one?
Yeah, we had the other one in the car.
The other one's in the car. You want to stop?
That's also 0, not this one.
This is just the, oh, look here, I'm sorry. There it is. Sorry.
That's state plans, folks, but you can see this is actually working. So basically what it was is that we have the property sale amount, contract sales price was $246, interestingly enough. Some of the charges were $46 to the borrower. Okay, the buyer's credit's $10,000. So the $10,000 went to the seller, is that correct?
That's correct. We gave him 10 grand to walk.
Okay. And the second lien payoff charge, that's the $12,830, that's what you use to catch up the bank.
That's correct.
Okay, so basically, of the money that you borrowed, 150 or whatever, 10,000 went to pay off
The buyer.
the seller, right? 12,000
In arrears.
in arrears, okay? And then you ended up walking now, this one looks like about 100,000 total.
But we didn't end up having to borrow the whole 150.
Okay,
So, yeah.
well, that's great. So you guys ended up, after paying the 12 and paying the 10, you ended up putting $77,666.76 in your pocket at closing.
That's correct.
When you bought the property.
When we bought it, we bought
Okay.
that with a check.